hello, 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 hello. Hi. So I'm here, and this is the first episode of bedtime story. A bedtime story. Stories that I crafted based on my own healing diary, my own healing processes. And this is for you to sleep, but not just sleep, sleep soundly, sleep soundly, sleep in rest, and sleep and wake up, feel restful. I really hope that you can sleep in rest and wake up feeling restful, because to be honest, I don't experience that many. So I think I myself am the audience and the listener of this bedtime story also, because gosh, I really need a sleep that is regenerating, like restful. So it's gonna be an ASMR. And I originally wrote this in Vietnamese. I just asked it to be translated to English. So excuse me if this translation doesn't feel like really smooth. I think it's gonna be really smooth because I trust Gemini. I love them. And also just happy sleeping. A little bit of note, because this is designed for ASMR. So instead of trying to pronounce all the words like clearly, I'm gonna focus like in making ASMR sounds more than pronouncing it correctly. Like sounds like yeah. And also, I don't know about you guys, but I love not a wet mouth sound, not a wet mouth sound, but like I love it when somebody speak and there's a little bit of like moist in their mouth that makes all the sounds so sticky. Yeah, I love it. So maybe I'm gonna do it